Being the last of your clan that helps dead spirits into the afterlight is an important job, as long as you can stay alive long enough to do it. Hey everyone, this is Yusuf from Video Game Plot Summaries, and this time we cover Jade Empire. A story based in China, sorta, with many styles of kung fu, magic, and people with crazy name titles. First off, should you play this? Yes, absolutely. It's a BioWare game before Mass Effect, it's kung fu, and no one complains about the ending. The combat isn't great, but it's serviceable, and the side quests are great story-wise. And they give good EXP. One thing to note though, you run faster in focus mode, so I never used it to fight with as much as I used it to speed up the traveling. With that said, let's go! We start with a martial arts prodigy that was adopted by the headmaster of the Two Rivers Martial Arts School, Master Li. I named my prodigy Granite Fists Lin. After years and years of training, Lin gets called in to see Master Li. Master Li tells her that her training is complete and that she should give some thought as to what her next move should be. Whatever it is, he knows Lin will be called to face a great evil. Just then, they were interrupted by another student telling them that there are bandits shooting cannons from a ship and hurting Master Li's student. Master Li sends Lin to get Dawnstar, another student that Lin works well with, while Master Li tends to his student first. When Lin finds Dawnstar, she is being harassed by Gao the Lesser. Gao the Lesser is the son of Gao the Greater, obviously. And Gao the Greater is some sort of wizard gangster with high standing. The lesser Gao is just a spoiled brat. Lin shows up like #MeToo and Gao leaves, not wanting a lawsuit. Is that a... Sorry, is that #MeToo still a thing? Yeah, are we still doing that? Or it might have been a long time since I wrote this script. Anyway. So Lin goes with Dawnstar into town and immediately finds a villager getting KO'd by a bandit. The ladies whoop up on that bandit and other bandits invading the village until they are pushed back to the shore from whence they came. When they prove too much for the bandits, the captain pops out, remarking that Lin's skills are way too good for this village. Then the captain uses his magic to raise the dead. More like spirits that can jack you up. No worries, because Lin and Dawnstar can handle them as well. That's when the captain comes out of the boat like, I guess if you want a job done right, you'll have to do it yourself. Just then, Master Li shows up and one punches the boat in the sawdust. Aww! Master Li went Lord of the Wu-Tang on him. You. The captain is amazed. He's like, I finally found you. This is a great hiding spot. And Master Li is like, great job, assassin, but you are not going to live long enough to tell anyone. And then Master Li nails him with a bunch of Tai Chi strikes and a chop on the neck. Master Li then turns to Lin and says, we should probably talk. Meet me at my place. At this point, Dawnstar tells Lin that she has powers that allow her to see dead people, but nothing really becomes of it. If she is in your party, she will just mention that she sees and feels things, but to my knowledge, her being there doesn't change the story. It's too bad. Since she was with us from the beginning, it would have been nice to see a little story arc that affects the main story. When they get back, Master Lin again tells Lin that she is going to play a pivotal role in the plot of the game, but first she must go into the spirit cave and meditate on her future. Gao the Lesser overhears this and gets mad because he thinks that the spirit cave is for only the best students. So he challenges Lin to a duel.
It is done. The challenge has concluded and the winner is clear.
No! I'm not finished!
You are no longer welcome among my students, and your father's house shall have no more business here, despite his influence.
After Gao gets his butt handed to him and kicked out of the school, Master Li and Lin head back to Li's house to finish the conversation they started before they were interrupted. So, Master Li explains that he is Sun Li, the glorious strategist, brother of Emperor Sun Hai. But before he goes on any further, he exposes that Gao the Lesser is listening. Gao runs away like a bitch, and Master Li continues. You see, there was a great drought. The Emperor wanted to stop the drought, so he went to Dirge to ask the Water Dragon for help. But the Water Dragon said no because the drought was part of the natural order. Sun Hai called upon Master Li to take an army to Dirge to show that they mean business. Master Li started marching but saw the error in his ways and defected to Dirge to help the spirit monks defend. However, they were not good enough to stop the Emperor's forces, and Sun Hai and the Empire won the day. They went into the temple to kill the Water Dragon, and Master Li took the last remaining survivor, Granite Fists Lin, and an amulet and ran off into the snow. Pretty soon, the drought was over, and the people of the Jade Empire praised Sun Hai. Obviously, Master Li was doing a good job of hiding, but he knows that him killing the assassin earlier has exposed him. Because of what happened to the Water Dragon and the Spirit Monks, the natural order of things is thrown off, and now the ghosts of the dead wander around, get angry, and get aggressive. Master Li shows Lin the spirit cave he was talking about. It was right in his house. That's pretty convenient. Anyway, there is an amulet and some understanding of the spirit monks that she needs to retrieve. So Lin goes into the spirit cave, takes the amulet, and sees for herself all the angry spirits left outside the spirit realm. Master Li explains that the angry spirits get disrupted and can't materialize for a while. So that explains their disappearance when she whoops up on them. Under Master Li's instruction, Lin sits to begin her meditation. But the moment she sits down, she is visited by what seems to be the Water Dragon. She says that you are the only hope, even though you are a nobody. Then she states that she has very little energy because she is cut open and bleeding out. That is the reason the spirits don't go to the spirit realm. So she uses some power to grant Lin an elemental power and sends her on her way. Lin appears in Master Li's house, where he is surprised she came back so soon. He wasn't expecting her to be contacted. He writes it off as a manifestation of stress caused by information overload. Just then, one of the students busts in and tells Master Li that Dawnstar's room is ransacked and she is missing. Master Li tells Lin to find her. We all know it was Gao's salty ass. Lin follows the trail of a dead student on fire, a group of men working for Gao, and a bruised gatekeeper into the swamp. While fighting in the swamp, Lin runs into Sagacious Zhu, who explains that he is a traitor. but he is a little suspicious seeing that he looks like a badass fighter. He informs Lin that Gao's men are clearing out bandits and he doesn't want anything to do with it. But when Lin tells him she is going to save Dawnstar, he's interested and tags along. Eventually, they both get to the cave that Dawnstar is being held captive. Gao tells them that his father is destroying the village as they speak, so Lin and Zhu quickly kill Gao, and as they are leaving, they see a mosquito air raid heading towards the village. Zhu tries to stop Dawnstar from going, but she is determined. So now Zhu is coming too. What is his deal? Anyway, they take the newly acquired mosquito back to the village, and when they get there, the village is decimated. They find one of the better students still alive, and with his dying breath, he explains that the village was attacked by some crazy assassins led by a woman and a dude in armor. They found Master Li and he gave up to save his students. But the assassins killed all the students anyway. Zhu tells Lin and Dawnstar that the assassins were the Lotus Assassins and that the man in armor is Death's Hand. He has no idea who the woman is. He knows because he once was a Lotus Assassin. The ladies, in return, tell him that Master Li is actually the glorious strategist Sun Li, and Zhu calls bullspit on that because Sun Li is not stupid enough to think that the Lotus Assassins would spare his students. He ain't the glorious strategist for nothing, you know. Anyway, the three take the war-torn mosquito as far as it will go to Tiens landing with the plan to find someone to take them the rest of the way to the Imperial City. On their way from the village, though, they are being watched by a mysterious ninja lady. Well, not a ninja. Ninja are Japanese, not Chinese. Or I guess you would call them shinobi. Whatever. But I don't know what to call a person from China that dresses and acts like a shinobi. So they crash land outside Tien's landing, fight a few spirits, and then the water dragon appears to Lin in another vision. She informs Lin that the amulet she got in the spirit cave is really the first piece of 3. The second piece is guarded by someone waiting for her, and the third piece is just waiting to be discovered. The crew moves to Tien's landing along the yellow brick road until the Chinese ninja woman jumps out and accuses Lin of being a member of Death's Hand. They fight, and right before Lin completely whoops the ninja's butt, the ninja stops the fight like, "Whoa, you don't fight like a member of the Lotus Assassins." The ninja describes Lin's style as different movement with a flaw she can't quite identify. I guess that means she can't beat Lin. Nicely put. So, Ninja Lady tells Lin that she needs to go to the Imperial City, but all roads are blocked. Can't use boats, and the Lotus Assassins use the air to get their stuff done. So, good luck. Once they get to Tien's landing, they run into an older lady who is about to fight with some bandits. The bandits see Lin and pull her into the fight. Bad idea. Once the bandits are disposed with, Sagacious Zhu notices the old lady as Hui. Hui tells Zhu that she took the child and delivered her just like he asked. Sorry, the names... The Chinese names, I'm just not accustomed to saying them, you know. My name is Wu Xingping, you know. I can't, if there's a sentence that has a bunch of the names in a row, I'm gonna fail, all right? Just letting you guys know. Even if I do it right, it's not going to sound like I know how to say people's names like I've been saying them all my life. Anyway. Zhu says he followed her afterwards and knows that she did the job. So Lin asks Zhu what's up with the child, and Zhu tells this story about an orphan child who he handed to Hui because he couldn't look after it. But that's in the past, and the crew has bigger worries. The game doesn't tell you conclusively, unless I missed a side story, but my strong assumptions are that the orphan child is Dawnstar. She has special powers like Lin, and Sagacious Zhu was hanging around the village when we met him. It was about 20 years ago, so it is hard to believe that Zhu would still be looking after this girl. But with Dawnstar's powers of talking to the dead, Zhu joining up with the crew to save Dawnstar once she was kidnapped, and him sticking around with the group now, I think it's pretty likely. Hui asks Lin who her master is. Lin, of course, replies that it is Master Li of the Two Rivers. Then Hui confirms that Master Li is the glorious strategist, and Zhu's jaw drops to the floor. Hui basically tells Lin that Master Li knew everything was going to happen up to this point and had planted Hui there to give information to Lin so she could continue her journey. Hui recounted the story that Master Li told Lin, but added that the water dragon had been killed because she is the goddess of death. And she was causing the drought to start a new cycle. Emperor Sun Hai took the body of the water dragon back to the palace and had the Lotus Assassins kill Master Li's wife and child for him defecting. Hui heads into the tea house and waits until Lin is ready for more information. In the meantime, Lin goes into town and finds out that the town is in trouble. The head of Tiens Landing, Minister Sheng, explains that the Lotus Assassins, led by Inquisitor Lim, have taken the key to the dam and opened it, drying the lake that all the people in the town depended on. Once the lake dried up, it revealed the ruins underneath. Inquisitor Lim and the assassins are searching around for something in the ruins. Minister Sheng accidentally drops the key and Lin picks it up. Lin goes back into the tea house so Hui can tell the rest of the story. As we know from Li and the water dragon, Lin has a special piece of a 3-piece amulet. The second piece was taken by a spirit monk and brought to Old Tiens Landing. He died a year later of lingering injuries, and the people of the town buried him with his stuff. Then they closed the dam and flooded Old Tiens Landing. Hui believes that the Lotus Assassins opened the dam so that they can find the amulet piece. Lin leaves the tea house and goes further north to find that the great southern forest is blocked because all the trees are sickened and there are ghosts everywhere. As a spirit monk, Lin goes in anyway and beats up some spirits. A dude named Lord Yun comes running down with a posse after the fact and is surprised that he is too late. Lin states that she is there to help, and he is somewhat skeptical because caravans with skilled warriors couldn't get through. The only way Lord Yun could get there was in a mosquito flyer. Upon hearing this, Lin perks up and says, "Wait, you have a flyer?" Lord Yun is like, "Of course I do. Everybody from the Imperial City has one. What is actually harder is to get a map that shows the wind patterns so you can fly outside of the Imperial City." So Lin makes him a deal. She will fix the Great Southern Forest, and Lord Yun will give her a copy of the wind map. However, Lin still has to find the mosquito flyer herself. After the agreement, Lord Yun explains that he thinks the ghosts are the fault of the fox spirit called the Forest Shadow. Lin is to go to the Forest Shadow Temple and find a hunter named Spear Catches Leaf, who knows a ritual to contact the Forest Shadow. Lin is to ask her what is wrong and kill her if need be to bring back the forest. I don't know about killing fox spirit guardians. Once Lin gets to a bridge, she finds a man running away from some spirits and stops to protect him. After whooping some spirit behind, the man thanks Lin and tells her he is on his way to ask for supplies from Tiens landing because everybody at the inn he just came from are starving. Lin tells him that the forest shadow should be able to help and that she is heading in that direction, but the man is really intent on Lin coming with him back to the inn, even though he was on his way to the village. Dawnstar senses there is something off about him spiritually. So the guy starts to lead Lin and Dawnstar up the path to the inn when his leg is caught by a tree root. Out pops the forest shadow like she's Batman or something, and she immediately turns him into stone.
What the fuck was that about? Alright, baller. Thought I was gonna go back to the save screen a second ago.
Then Forest Shadow gets up and says, "Who are you?" and then runs like a little punk. I guess turning people into stone was the only trick she had. That and snagging people's legs with forest roots. Now, I want to talk about the language that they use in this game. Some people speak in English, and some people speak in a different dialect that's translated to English on the screen. I'm totally going to talk about this afterwards, but I would love to talk to you guys about the Kung Fu movies and how it runs in the main vein here of the video game. But in my Red Dead Redemption video game plot summary, a lot of people complained about the way I spoke about the like before the plot summary about movies that the plot summary was copying off of. So I'm going to talk about that at the end of this one, okay? So that you could turn it off. Anyway. So Lin cracks Forest Shadow in the jaw, and Forest Shadow's like, who are you? And then she runs away like a punk. So Lin goes to the Forest Shadow's temple, only to see Spear catches Leaf getting his butt handed to him by a ghost wizard. Fortunately, there is a huge oaf with 2 axes kicking all the spirit butt. The oaf sees Lin and charges right at her thinking she is an enemy, and Lin beats the crap out of him. Dawnstar helps a little too. The oaf, the Black Whirlwind, admits that he was bested and that it's never happened before. Spear catches Leaf explains that there is a crystal missing that allows the ritual. He saw some child-sized footprints heading towards the end. Once at the Pilgrim's Rest Inn, the keeper doesn't seem too happy about the Forest Shadow killing his friends and poisoning the forest. He admits almost immediately that he took the crystal, and he tries to hire Lin to kill the Forest Shadow. It's a little weird that the Forest Shadow is killing people, but this inn has money to pay me off with half a year's worth of taxes in silver. Whatever that is. So, Lin agrees to kill the Forest Shadow, takes the crystal, and heads back to the temple. Once in the temple, she uses the crystal for the ritual and opens up heaven, like the real heaven. In heaven, there's a battle going on. Lin destroys demons and talks with the White Fox Lady. She says that the Keeper is killing people and poisoning the forest. That he's an illusion called Mother. The poisoned trees make the Forest Shadow weaker, and that's why the demons can't make it directly into heaven. Also, she's sorry about trying to kill me. She's been under a lot of stress lately with work and everything. You know how it is. At the top of the mountain, Lin meets the forest shadow and Shining Tusk. The Tusk doesn't like that Lin smells like the inn. Forest Shadow explains that Mother is a demon that rose up from the anger of the souls floating in the forest. She has pulled in followers and converted them into cannibals. The Forest Shadow also graciously mentions that she let me live because she can feel that I've been touched by the water dragon. Let me live? Whatever, lady. You ran away with your tails in between your legs. Anyway, right before Lin makes the choice, the water dragon knocks her out and appears to her in a vision. The water dragon is, as usual, talking in riddles. She explains that you can't really gain anything without losing something. Lin's true enemy is someone who is disrupting the order. He must succeed for the fate of everyone, including the spirits. Lin also must win, but will automatically lose in doing so. Come on, lady. You stopped my conversation with the Forest Shadow for this crap? Can I wake up now? So Lin wakes up and the Forest Shadow and Shining Tusk are just standing there staring at her. Awkward. Lin makes the choice to help the Forest Shadow, and she uses her powers to release the seal that lets Lin enter Mother's lair under the inn. Lin heads to the inn, and right away the Keeper knows that she chose the side of the Forest Shadow. He drops the illusion to reveal that it's a bunch of butt-ugly hunchback midgets? Then he's all like, "Look what you could have had. You missed out on all of this." No thanks, man. I'll just stick to rice and chicken. So, of course, Lin and the Black Whirlwind throw these midgets all over the inn and head down to the lair to see all the horrors of cannibalism. They were bringing people down there and starving them out, then only feeding them humans until they turn into hunchback cannibals with crooked teeth? Or rodents? From New York? Lin and Whirlwind get to Mother, and she is some kind of doofy. And she's one of those big tank dummy types, so Lin tricks her into breaking too many pillars and causing a cave-in. That's the end of Mother and the cannibals.
There's no end to them, just like my wife's cousin.
Keep your head down, bum man. I'm killing things here.
You'll kill us if we don't get out of here soon. Look, there! That's our only chance!
Hey.
Quick side note. The inn had a cook/prisoner that used to be a great fighter named Henpecked Ho. Man, he hates his wife. Hence the name. He is hilarious. I mean, for the most part, all the characters you recruit have almost no bearing on the story other than the part in which you meet them. But I always make sure to talk to Henpecked Ho because he is so negative about his marriage. I mean, he used to be really good at drunken-style martial arts until he got married. Now he can't drink, so now he can't fight. But if you equip him, he will not only teach you drunken style, but he will continuously throw out liquor so you can stay drunk enough to do it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stop right there because we're getting close to the 30-minute mark. I still wanted to talk about the language used in the game, and I'm gonna kind of spray off somewhere into kung fu movies because I feel it's relevant to the game, since the game is a homage or a homage or whatever you want to call it to kung fu movies, or at least the kung fu type novels where everybody has special powers, you know, and then they'll try to write those into the movies, and then all of a sudden everybody's shooting lasers everywhere and running on plants and stuff like that. At least this game is like kind of rooted in the middle of all of that. People have spirit powers, but they also don't run on water. But anyway, so the characters speak 2 languages, right? They speak English, you know, obviously, and they speak a different language, which is not a Chinese language as far as I'm understanding. It's not Cantonese, and it's not Mandarin.
Stranger, forgive me for being so forward, but if you are wise, you will turn around and leave this cursed and miserable town.
Mother and I are getting out of this town. If you have any sense, you'll do the same.
Hush, daughter, you must treat strangers with respect. Once we are out of town, we must be very careful with everyone we meet.
And the only way I know that is because I've been watching kung fu movies for 30 years, and a lot of times I watched them when I was in college. I thought I was so pure. I watched them with subtitles, and I know the difference between Cantonese and Mandarin, you know. Yeah, so here's your spoiler warning, or not spoiler warning, but here's your trigger warning for those of you who are complaining that I started talking in the Red Dead Revolver video game plot summary, that I started talking about Native Americans not being able to star in a movie about them, you know, like Last of the Mohicans, or you know, Young Guns, when they had one Indian guy and it turned out that Lou Diamond Phillips is Filipino and Scottish Irish or whatever, which makes sense because his name is Lou Diamond Phillips. And people complained because I put it in the front of the video, so now I'm putting it in the end, giving you a good trigger warning so you don't have to comment about how much I suck for feeling sort like putting my opinion on a video game plot summary, you know. Anyway, so in a lot of kung fu movies, I thought that the Chinese people were just fighting other Chinese people. All right. However, you know, after about 30 years of watching these things, like the older movies and stuff, I realized that it's more about a fight with a different culture, okay, or a different country, or I mean, for them, the race is really homogenous, you know. So if you come from a different country, you're a different race. It's not like America where you can be, you know, black and African American, but not black and African. You know what I mean? In China, I'm to assume that everybody's Chinese. And in Japan, I'm to assume everybody is Japanese. You know, just like when I go to Germany with my wife, everybody is white, but German white. You know, since there's so many white people everywhere else, then you just call them white people. But if you're in China, you know, there's not just that whole half of the hemisphere is not a bunch of Chinese people. You know, people in China and maybe what is it? Thailand? Not Thailand. Is it Thailand? Taiwan is Chinese, I guess. But anyway, let me not go there. But in lots of the movies, when it looked like they were fighting other Chinese people, I've come to realize that they were fighting different people in countries. Like either fighting the British people, which weren't Chinese, but it's usually a Chinese person who's trying to look good for the British people that's messing up everybody, so they have to fight that Chinese person to get to the British person who doesn't really care. Then they have the Kung Fu movie where they fight the Japanese people because the Japanese people tried to take over China, and then they came in there and called Chinese people sick because Chinese people didn't have enough food to eat, so a lot of them were very thin or whatever, and Bruce Lee shows up, beats up everybody in the dojo. There's one with Jet Li too, where he beats up everybody in the dojo. Oh, there's also one with Jackie Chan where he beats up everybody in the dojo. So, you know, and the old ones, they were fighting the Mongols, which were, you know, from Mongolia because of what's his name, Genghis Khan had taken over so much area, and he'd left his people in the area to run things, and they were being corrupt. And these are how the movies go. So if they're not trying to teach a style, or if you know, that those are the movies that confuse me the most, where they're not trying to teach a style of fighting to another person, and it just seems like they're being really clannish. It's actually them not wanting to teach the style of fighting that's Chinese to Mongolians who are not Chinese. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that makes a little bit more sense. So I mean, I have no complaints about the Kung Fu movies. I think they're awesome. But with that extra bit of knowledge in the Kung Fu movies, they make a little bit more sense to me. And it kind of makes it more interesting, makes me want to read about the history behind them a little bit more, you know? Yeah, and there also is one with Gordon Liu, where he has an arranged marriage with a Japanese girl, and then they have this big argument about which styles are better, karate and you know, ninjutsu or whatever, and you know, basic kung fu. What's it called? Heroes of the East. Oh, that movie is great because it's just nothing but a dude putting a strong woman in her place, and then a whole bunch of Japanese guys want to challenge him over it, and he like literally steps right through them without being touched, and it's like a whole bunch. You gotta see it anyway. It's got Sonny Chiba and everything in it, and that's me being old. At least Sonny Chiba got like 1 or 2 hits, you know. A Japanese, you know, martial arts movie is like, you know, one block, break arm, or slice arm off. You know, their action sequences are very gory and have really good practical effects. But Chinese one is they'll dance for like 30 minutes without anybody hitting the other guy. It's you know, it's an awesome sight to behold. Anyway. So that's the end. I hope you guys weren't too offended. I'll start right back up where we left off on the next one. And again, sorry for the long departure. What is it, like 5 or 6 minutes? Anyway, see you guys on the next one. Peace.